Hello, hello, hello. What is the ups? What is the ups? Okay, tonight we're gonna talk about Big Brother. Right now, I'm gonna set up something fun. Right now, I'm setting it up, and I'm waiting for one person in particular to join the live. What is up? What is up? How's everyone doing? All right. Let's get Zach in today. So let's see. He should be joining any second. I swear I'm accepting it. I swear I'm accepting it.
Yo,
What is up,
what
Zach?
up,
How's it going,
baby?
bro?
It's
Okay.
going well. It's going well. How you doing?
You watched the episode, right?
I of course did. Yeah, that was interesting to end. I will say that was crazy.
Okay. I have some thoughts on it. I really have some thoughts on it because when it comes to Vince. Okay, again, spoilers to everyone who doesn't know. Vince won the HOH,
Yes.
and I have so many questions for his nominations, and I think the best thing to I guess, analyze what happened in this episode is to figure out what his goal was, right? And is his current goal the best goal for his game to win?
True.
So
True.
I would like to start off with the recap of the episode, and then I also wanted to throw in something that's a surprise. Not right now,
Okay.
but it's a little bit of surprise. You don't know about it, so everyone that has no idea what I'm going to surprise him with. But I will surprise him with something.
Okay.
Okay.
Does everybody? Nobody else knows the surprise. Like you,
No,
this is
it's
a
only
surprise to
me.
everyone. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
it's a surprise to me because I saw this thing that I'm talking about. I think it's fun. I would love to do it. I don't have it with me, but I'm just throwing the idea out today, and then
Okay.
the next time we do this, we'll do the actual thing. But I'm throwing. You'll understand later. Okay, so let's
Okay.
recap tonight's episode real quick. So it starts off with the vote to get out Riley. Rachel gets to Ava to keep Morgan over Riley. And then Ava starts crying, upset that she was influenced by that vote. Vince votes with the side that he says is using him.
hmm
After the vote, Vince tells Keanu that Riley would have targeted him, but and would put at yeah. Vince tells Keanu that Riley would have targeted him and put him up with Rachel. But it says he's twisting his words a little bit. He's kind of
Yes.
stretching the truth. Keanu
Right.
says he forgives him if forgives Vince for voting against him and not letting him know because it was in his best interest.
hmm
Keanu also forgives Rachel for not voting again with him and or not with him. She didn't vote, but she forgives him for bringing him up because he
Right.
says they won't always see eye to eye. Rachel
hmm
promises Keanu that they're still solid for the final two.
hmm
After the eviction, Ashley gets kind of upset with Mickey that she's kind of upset that that I guess that
She was in the game and she kept Morgan in the. That was weird to me. When I saw that conversation, I was like, I feel like Mickey's losing the plot a little bit. I don't
I
know.
was
I don't know how else to reply to that.
yeah, I think Morgan would have been hands down way better for Mickey's game. So I don't know why she's getting upset with telling Ashley and Will. So after that, Ashley and Will no longer want to work with Mickey. This is a really long recap. I think I'm going into detail a little bit too much. Okay, Lauren and Kat tells Keanu that they would vote for Riley or vote for Rachel if she makes it to the final two. And this is important. It makes Keanu start to doubt if he taking Rachel to the end is smart. And that is what we're seeing on current live feeds now is
Right.
him wondering if Rachel should go on the block because he's realizing that if he takes Rachel to the final two, that's gonna be it's gonna be a hard sell to win.
Right.
Uh, should I keep going down? I mean, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Okay, let's keep going down. Let's finish it. Let's see. Keanu floats the idea of putting Rachel on the block. Morgan and Vince are okay with Mickey being nominated.
Okay.
Mickey stresses over whether she made the right eviction vote.
Right.
Vince's game. So Vince's feels uneasy about the judges' lines, thinking Rachel might target him. Morgan pushes him to keep the judges together.
hmm
Vince says there hasn't really been a big alliances that have truly worked out this season, and he's correct. He reaffirms Lauren that he is her final two.
Yep.
Whether that's true, that's just what he states.
Right.
Let me see. Lauren says Rachel and Mickey must go. Vince tells Kat that Mickey is I guess fake or isn't truthful. But Kat says she can't that she agrees, but she doesn't trust Vince or in the DR. Vince accuses I guess of Mickey. of influencing the nominations for putting you and or Zach and Vince up.
Vince.
But
Yeah.
then Big Brother shows a footage of clip of Will pitching the idea of Vince and Zach.
Right.
Uh, Mickey reminds
What's
Vince
up, Zay?
that they're
Sorry, I
all
just saw him in the
Zach? Yeah,
chat.
no, it's okay. Mickey reminds Vince that they're in an alliance. Vince subtly tries to pitch Rachel that she should go up because she put him up, and it didn't really work out because Rachel's like, "No, don't do that." So, and the other side notes, Rachel doubts Kelly would would vote logically in jury. Keanu considers nominating, or he states that he would nominate Rachel, Ashley, and Mickey. And
Mm-hmm.
then Vince asks Kelly if she would be a pawn. She refuses, as like he's broken her down like the most in this game. Morgan and Will convince Vince to not nominate Rachel, also kind of partly Ashley. And
Yeah.
then the nominations are Ava, Mickey, and Kelly. Okay, those are the end of my notes. That's a long notes, but I like to be thorough a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think? Should we take a question from the chat real quick?
Let's just jump into a question with the chat. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's start with that.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah, I was going to mention that, but I guess they beat me to it. Happy birthday, Lauren. I know you're not going to see this, or maybe you will. Who knows?
Yeah,
Her birthday, Lauren. I wish you nothing but the best.
absolutely. Same as well. Same as well.
Um, let's see. What's the next question? Do I think Vince should tell Mickey about the judges helping him get Rachel out this week? Oh, that's a good one. I think because if you know the live feed, so spoilers, I guess.
This is
Oh,
spoilers. This is, well,
so
it's spoiler talk, so we're kind of jumping ahead, but
okay. How about you answer this one because I was talking a lot when we were reviewing it. So how about you answer this question?
I feel like I feel like if there's a way for him to get her out without revealing the judges' alliance, in my opinion. Now, I don't know what you're thinking, but I feel like if Rachel is on the block, people could say, she's one big brother. Like if she's on the block in that final two, people could be convinced because, she just has the resume, right? She's already won it. She's won an HOH. She's, proven that she's like a powerhouse in this season, essentially. And so, like, I feel like there is a way they could go about it without doing it. But what are your thoughts?
I think you're right. I think because right now, based off his nominations, and this is why I want to talk about it, he puts Ava and Kelly,
Yeah,
and Mickey is obviously the target. He says it's the house target. But the problem is Ava and Kelly, I understand that I think they're safe moves. Like they're like to in the game for from inside the house. I think they're safe moves
yeah,
versus like what Keanu said. Ashley, Rachel, and Mickey would be a pretty solid three to put up if your goal is to take out someone that would definitely go after you
sure.
towards the end of the game. Because at this point, we're getting very close. There hasn't been a double eviction yet.
I know.
Jury's going to start soon.
I
Like
know.
we're getting close. So I'm like, when are you going to take that shot? If you're not going to take the shot now, when are you going to take it? Right. So if you wanted the goal to if the goal is to take out someone that you know will come after you towards the end, I
Mhm.
mean that's one way to do it.
It
Is to
is.
put up people that you know would not put you up. But again, he was kind of thrown into this alliance called
Yeah,
the Judges,
I know.
and that kind of put him in a little bit in a pickle. And he mentions it in the episode too, like why, like last minute, because the Judges kind of formed without Vince, and then they're like, hey, let's get Vince.
Morgan
Morgan,
kind of brought him into it, right? And so
yeah,
yeah, and you kind of see that conversation going on where she's like, "Hey, like you're in an alliance," but he's talking to like the DR saying he's like, "I was kind of drug into this," right? And so
yeah,
yeah, you see that constant struggle with him. I say, let me ask you this, okay? Let's say Rachel is the renom, right?
okay,
Okay, so let's say it's Rachel versus Ava as the final two. Who do you think goes home in that situation?
that's a good question. So we have to think about the votes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who's not on the block? So if it's Ava and Rachel, that means Kelly can vote. You got
Uh-huh.
Kelly, Mickey, Morgan,
Will.
Lauren,
Will.
Catherine, Will,
Mm-hmm. Keanu.
Keanu,
Ashley. Did you say Ashley?
Ashley. No, I haven't said Ashley.
I think.
5, 6, 7, 8. I think yeah, it's 8. It's 8. So right.
Because it was 5. Yeah, because it was
Yeah,
5-4
yeah.
last
You need
time.
5 to win, 4 to tie.
Right.
Kelly doesn't want Rachel. Who doesn't want Rachel? Can you think of someone that doesn't want Rachel?
I will say Keanu's kind of
Oh
turning
yeah,
now.
Keanu. Okay, Keanu,
I would say, like, do you think
Kelly.
Mickey would be a third? Do you think Mickey would turn on Rachel in this moment to keep Ava?
Maybe if he mentions the Judges Alliance. See that? Let's see, like you said, I don't think he should mention it now because
Yeah.
right now he's kind of doing their bidding right now, and it
Hmm.
wouldn't make sense to do like trying to like play nice with them
Yeah.
just to throw them under the bus, like
Right.
right now. So
Hmm.
I could see. I don't think Lauren doesn't want Rachel in the game. She
Right.
said Lauren and who? Forgot that's the second person.
Well, are
Lauren
you
and Ashley
talking?
must go. I think that
Oh,
yeah, the
yeah.
conversation.
Hmm.
So that's okay. So we just need one more, and I could think maybe Kat wouldn't want
That's what I'm
Rachel
thinking too.
because she did mention it with Lauren, right? So
Yup.
that's
Yup.
4 votes. That's already a tie, and
Yup.
Vince could take that shot
I think Vince
darn
would.
well
I
because
think Vince would.
yeah. So if he puts up Rachel, he could very well have the votes, and if he wants to, he could expose the judges to ensure that he has Mickey's vote. But I don't know if that would be good.
He would.
And I'm thinking this, Will, he's close with Ava
He
and
is.
Rachel,
Hmm.
but will keep Rachel over Ava, or
I
at
don't think
least
he
try
would.
to? I don't
In
think he
that
would too.
scenario, in
She's
that
too big of a
scenario,
threat.
I know. Because all of a
But
sudden, all Ava has to say is like, if you're in the final two with Rachel, it's gonna be you know what I'm saying? So it's
yeah,
just like, yeah, I think that's it. I think those are like the 5 or 6 votes right there.
of course, anything could change. We know this house. Someone could say one thing, and then they're like, you know what? I'm scared. Let's play it safe, right? Or something
Yeah.
like that, right? So
Yeah.
he could easily put up because I think early on they said like, don't put up Rachel. You don't have the votes. She's gonna stay in the game, and you're just gonna get people like mad. But I mean, if you break down the votes, at least just in our heads, anything could change. We're not in the house anymore.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, he could easily take out Rachel if she's still sitting on the block against Ava. Now, if it's Kelly, that's a bit of a story.
That
Uh,
is like that whole. I mean, Will would keep Rachel in my eyes in that scenario.
yeah,
You
easy,
know, so
easy.
like Will would keep Rachel. I'm assuming Ava would keep Rachel as well. There are a couple of people that I'm thinking would definitely flip to Rachel's side in that
Nikki
scenario.
Morgan would probably keep Rachel. Ashley would keep Rachel. I don't think Kelly would ever have the votes
Yeah,
against
I mean,
Rachel.
it would take like some type of get together with 3 or 4 people in that house saying this is our one opportunity to take the shot at Rachel, something along those lines
Yeah,
to basically take her out in that scenario. I feel like.
yeah. But based off this house, I mean, if Kelly's still up there, I mean, with Rachel,
Hmm.
I could see a world where they somehow like, hey, this is the shot to take Rachel. She's on the block. Like, if
Yeah.
that happens, we got to do it. That's only if that's that much committed because again, the house isn't too fond of Kelly.
Mhm.
Um, so that was a hard read at this moment because
It is.
that way I could see it bouncing back and forth all week. I could see that easy
Right.
because still have a lot of time still have a lot of time until eviction night.
Hmm.
So I could see that going back. But when it comes to Ava and Rachel, I could see Rachel definitely going home for sure.
I can see it as well. I can see it as well. And hey, Kelly's been a blockbuster beast, so who
Yes,
knows
she
what's going,
has.
you know?
I mean, it's a little bit dicey this turnaround because I don't know. It could be a mental comp this time because last time with you it was a physical. The other one was I like to say some people say it's luck. I would say it's a bit of skill and
Skill
luck, but
based. Skill based.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You thought mine was physical, the puzzle building one?
for me, yeah. I
Fair.
mean, I studied that comp. Like, it shouldn't. I mean, at least in my head, because I knew it, right? Of course, I heard this veto is a new one. Like, we haven't seen this one. I'm kind of interested to see this one. I think I like the concept. I love the concept. I think if I believe, if I'm imagining right what this veto is,
Hmm.
I think I like this concept, and I would have been so cool to play because it's new. No one has seen it, so you're strategizing like in that
Right.
moment.
Right.
So it's like, because, I studied as many comps, because especially the iconic ones, because they're going to show up, especially if you plan to make it far.
Yeah.
So I can't wait till we get to the walk comp, because I have a lot to say about that walk comp and why Vince won.
We
Because,
can.
oh my Lord. Yeah. So yeah, I would say yours was physical. If you knew the patterns, if you knew this, like the most efficient way to stack, and
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. I saw you. I saw what you're doing. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say
I
anything
didn't
bad, but
download the phone app like an idiot. I should have played it on the airplane going over there. But yeah, if you think it's physical, then that is what it is. I
look,
am
look.
curious though. I am curious about wall comp. So if you want to get into it, I want to hear your thoughts, since you literally have a wall in your backyard, which
I know.
is
I was literally doing it like maybe 30 minutes before the episode. I was doing it before the episode. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do wall comp a little bit for like 30 minutes, just in honor of the wall comp
for
this
sure,
episode.
for sure.
And there's a giant spider. I haven't posted it yet, but there's a giant spider in the back, and I was like, oh my Lord, should I keep it there? But no, I just moved it. I didn't want to be on the wall, and I feel something, and I had to come off. But
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But let's answer a question, and I'll get into the wall comp, and I think why my reasons why Vince did outlast everybody.
Let's do
Did
it.
I get an iPhone yet? Why are you calling me out? Okay, I like my non iPhone. Okay, but no, I haven't
Bro.
got an iPhone yet. I mean, I wouldn't
Dude.
mind it, but I'm not gonna go. iPhone's kind of expensive. Okay, and I'm like, I'm not gonna just go buy an iPhone just for. I mean, if I okay. I don't know. I have to see. I gotta raise funds. I have other things to pay for. I'm like, I don't have time for an iPhone.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my
Okay.
goodness.
Okay. That was the question, I guess. The first question that was up there. Um. So yeah, I don't have the pictures. It's on my phone. I'm using the phone. Walk on. People think it's straight up strength. It's just all forearms. That's it. It is way more than that. And there, people said that they last a long time, and I think there's good reason, because of handles. The handle grips are phenomenal this year. I love them simply because the best way I could describe it, if you ever pull the hammer, like a nail out of a hammer, or maybe you're pumping a jack for a car, or if you're picking something up, it's always easier to lift, you have more mechanical leverage when you pick up something, a weight from the end of it, not from here, right?
Hmm.
It's like, I forgot what it's called. Torque is what it's called, right?
Hmm.
And it's like radius times force, something like that. So like to calculate torque in physics, right? And it's
Yeah.
the same. It's the same concept from the first HOH and how I knew how to balance them like right away off the bat.
Hmm.
And I will say it's easier to pick up the weight from the end. And the reason why this is important is because when you're on that wall, and I saw Morgan fall off, but I didn't see her. Always saw her grip. I saw most of Morgan's grip at the bottom, holding the
Yeah.
wall at the bottom.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
of course, that's traditional how you hold the wall because the grips are there. But you're wasting. You use less energy. It's less force to hold yourself up when you're holding it from the top rather from in the middle, right? So when I saw that, I was like, dude, that is ideal grip, because now
Yeah.
you could do this. Another pet peeve of mine, or I guess it's like they're using both hands. You need to switch grip, because
Yep.
the biggest thing in the wall, besides strength, right, is rest time. You need to rest your hands as much as possible if
Yeah.
the wall is tilting. Mine, I don't have the luxury of having someone pull me up every few seconds, every few minutes to have me rest, right? I'm
Hmm.
constantly at a tilt. So you have to learn how to rest your hands
Hmm.
the best as possible. I have a technique to it. It's kind of like when you lean towards, and like, it's hard to show you because my cameras are so. I'll show you one day whenever you come over, and
Okay.
I'll show like an in person, like under, and then you understand what I'm doing. But for now, like, since they have the luxury of the wall going up, of course I don't have the luxury of goo, but I
Yeah.
have water. So there's
Mhm.
that. So um, what do you call it? Oh, how am I describing this? What was I saying?
Well, you're talking about the goose shooting out into the water. Is that what
Okay.
you're talking about?
Oh yeah, rest time, right? So you need to rest. And the thing is, if you're holding it up here the whole time, you're not letting this one rest, because
Right.
you could easily hold your whole body up with one arm. Yes, you're holding your whole body up with one arm, and that's going to be tiring. But again, rest is super important. Instead of
Yes.
holding the weight evenly, I rather prefer like switching the weight to one hand totally and letting the other one rest. Because if
Absolutely.
you're both doing this, both of them are going to fatigue at the exact same time, and that's when you get screwed. I've done that. That's what the technique I was trying to show you. I'll show you later. But
Yeah.
you're basically putting all the force, all the weight in one arm, but
Hmm.
like the traditional grip of the wall comp. And what you do is, but when they have that, that's way better because it takes less strength to hold yourself up.
Hmm.
And you're getting rest time is super important. Now, this is the last one. I'm kind of talking a little too long for this, but it's okay. Um, was the way you grip it, right? So the top, I see everyone holding it like this.
Hmm.
I rather hold it like this for two reasons, right? Or for a couple of reasons. And I saw Vince. I took a screenshot. Vince was the only person I saw kind of doing this. I saw people doing it here, right? I
Hmm.
saw people. There was one bar closer and then one a little bit above them. If you
Yep.
do it above them, you're forcing like, especially I saw Catherine, right? It was really high for her. So she's
Hmm.
now using her not only her forearms but her biceps to
Right.
pull herself forward, right? Rather
Right.
here, you're not really using your bicep. You're still using your forearm, right? So it's one
Hmm.
less muscle that you have to fatigue to use, right? And when you're using that muscle, you're using energy, burning calories. It's cold up there. The water is cold. You're tired. You've been up there an hour. So you need to reserve your energy as much as possible, right? So like the fact that you need to use as less muscles as you can, even though you're probably dying up there. Well, at least I know I'm dying up there. So next thing, right, is when you have that phenomenal grip that they have, if I do this, right, my arm gets tired. So think about the bar right here, right? This is the pipe, right? Your arms get tired. You naturally want to fall. Your hand wants to naturally fall forward, right,
For sure.
away from the board. But if you
Hmm.
have it this way, if you want to like get tired and rest, your arm wants to extend out. But now it's extending towards the board, not away from the board. The only
Here's
downside I would say from this is when the goo is on there, right? The goo is going to slide
it
off.
drips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It drips
Versus this
down.
way, it might pull, but it really doesn't pull that much. As because if you're holding on for dear life, as you should be,
Hmm.
the water doesn't really get in there too much unless you're getting loosey goosey and like you know what I mean. Like if you like let
Yeah.
it go and switch, which is fine, but I don't really think the water's that big of a deal. Of course, I never had goo, but like again, Vince did that technique. He wasn't holding it up here. He had the right grip. He had it lower, so he's not using his bicep. His grip when he gets tired, it's naturally pushing his hand more into the board rather than away from the board.
Sure.
So again, I had a lot of tech like critiques for the people. Like I think Lauren could have easily won, Catherine could have easily won, or
Hmm.
like just if they had or stayed longer if they had improved their technique compared to Vince.
Let me ask you this. I've got a couple of questions about this, okay? And you obviously have a wall. I've never done it before, but this
Yeah,
was my thought process as I was watching that. Number one, you know when you're like straight up and you're not tilted forward,
yeah.
you know how you're talking about switching grips? Is that the time that you kind of change your grip to like the bottom planks? Is that the time since there's less force there so you can kind of change your grip a little bit, or would you not?
If you have that top bar, you
Yeah,
use it because again, like
just
I said,
the
it's
entire
easier to
time.
hold weight. Not the entire. That's why you switch.
I was about to
But
say,
when
yeah,
it
yeah,
goes
yeah.
back up, you see people. They both let go. They shake out their arms.
Right.
They're loosening it. Like again, just if you're in the upright position, don't hold. I mean, I would say hold, like don't like let go. Like don't have your hands because if you start tilting, you're not ready. So have
Yeah,
them ready, like you're about to grab it, but like don't grab it. Like let it rest.
yeah.
But yeah, it depends. Like again, it's rest time is important. If you are resting, like switching grips, I don't think because I don't think it gives you like it holds you up that long. I don't think it does.
Okay, my
So it's like
final question, because people are like, okay, we've talked about wall a lot. The final question that I have is, you know, like when it was tilting forward and people's bodies would kind of come off the wall, they'd hang a little bit.
mhm,
Is that like, I saw Vince, like he was really tight to the wall. You know, with them
mhm.
leaning forward, is that just more pressure? Like, is that just not the way that you should go about it?
I had a theory about that, right? Because I saw Kelly, Keanu, Lauren, right? Their whole like they're doing like the arching of the back, right?
Yeah.
And again, I think it also because they were doing the top grips, right? So when
Hmm.
they're standing, right, when they switch it, now you're holding yourself to the wall with this grip, and the
Yep.
other grip is holding your top half. So this keeps your like I guess lower half closer, even though like
Close.
versus if it was
Yeah.
this way, you're leaning more forward. Sorry, I have a small screen, but if that makes sense. So
It does. Yeah, it definitely makes
I think
sense.
it's easier to hold your torso a lot closer to the wall if you're
Sure.
switching the grips compared to how they were hanging like that. And then that's a lot of force to hold on, especially with that goo. So again, Kelly fell off. I'm like, what the heck is what's up with that? So
Yeah, I will say this though. I saw the final times for the wall, and like
yeah,
the first people to fall off obviously were like 30 minutes, but then I mean they lasted for an hour. I think Vince lasted for like an hour and 13 minutes. So I mean that was, I got to give my props to them, because that is a long time that you're up on that wall and you're aching, your body's tired. So that's, I got to give my respect to them for sure.
yeah. It is such a mental task. Like a lot of them stayed on there for a while. Like I think the first one dropped after what 28 minutes, something like that.
It was close to 30.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. So I was like, yeah, but again, like I think like to me for me, I knew the wall's different every year. The grips are different, the boards are
Hmm.
different,
Hmm.
what they do are different. So it's like it's different every year, right? So like the grips like make a huge difference. Like I said,
For
they had
sure.
a giant foot pad, like footboard, but I think the footboard's always the same size. Mine's just smaller, causing you to use more of the shoulders. But I
Hmm.
was like, this one, not everyone gets this. Last time I seen it was season 2021, where they had the boards like that. But the boards were slanted compared to this one. They're parallel. They're pretty even.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I think we talked about wall comp enough. I mean, like I said, I like to study like that. That was my specialty. I was like, some people think it's just strength, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure some super fans going to see that, understand what I'm saying, and take that in consideration for anybody that ever wants to be on the show and gets the walk comp. I hope they use that information to win. I just hope it's not used against me if I ever come back. But it's okay. I'll be ready. I have an actual wall, but it's okay. Like I don't think I think I'm pretty confident with that wall comp. But let's
This is
answer
the
your question.
final. This is the final thing I'll say, because
Okay.
Rachel talked about this with me when I was in there. We were talking about wall comp, and she's like, "Yeah, Zach, like I've never been a part of wall comp in any season that I've been in." And of course, that was like the first thought I thought of, is that when she wins HOH, they announce wall comp, and I'm like, "Oh, here's another season." It's just never destined to be for Rachel to play wall comp.
Oh my God. Hey, Rachel could always, if she ever wants to try my wall, she's more than welcome to. But that's up to her if she ever wants to do it that bad. I'll be happy to also get the pressure hose, and if she wants that extra pressure. But if you want to stay dry, I understand. Like the wall comp is, always open for my fellow alumni.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
there's that. For those that never got to try it, I guess. I know I'm like I'm not gonna be able to like, but someone one day is gonna be able to try that wall that actually tried the one on the show. But
Yeah.
I want to say that the grips were so much easier this season, I think. But again, I won't know. But I tell you, whoever gets evicted this week, I am totally gonna be on them about the wall count. I will say that. Let's see. Let's see. Thoughts on how? Hmm. Let's see. Thoughts on how overbearing and manipulative Rachel has been with Lauren. Is that like on the live feeds, or was that like something on the show?
That was, I believe, more so live feeds more than
Hmm?
anything else.
Oh, is that person talking about basically trying to pressure her not to use the veto?
Yeah, that was like, they
Yeah.
showed it a little bit in the show, but I mean, obviously you can't show everything. I mean, obviously it's more so on live feeds, but I look like Rachel. She's an expert in the game, you know what I mean? And so, I mean, you saw it in the episode today when she went up to Ava last minute, and she's like, "This is the only chance that we have to take out Riley." Like, I remember seeing that when they flashed back to Thursday. And so I mean, like, it's Rachel Riley. That's all I can say about it. I mean, she's a beast at the game.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy that they keeping her that long in the game. It's like it's nothing against like her person, but like I said it, like she's these like that's probably why she knows how to play this game, and she's playing it darn well. And the fact that they're just I don't know, they're crazy. I mean, so like that's what I like about Rachel is she's in the house and she knows how to play the game. So I don't mind seeing her play that game in that house currently. Versus the craziness that is in the house. But I saw this question, and I was like, I want to answer it, or I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think that Vince needs to distance himself from Morgan as she is bad for his game? Now, I would like to say that you can also follow up. You think Morgan is bad, so we can rephrase it. You think Morgan should distance himself from Vince, or Vince should distance himself from Morgan, or
Okay.
not? Is she or is she not bad for her game or his game?
Okay. So I don't know. I haven't been like fully today. I don't know exactly what was said between Vince and Morgan about the potential nom of Rachel going up. Okay. I don't know if you've heard that. I don't know like what the conversation was, but if Rachel is going up, he obviously needs to make it very clear to Morgan what he's doing, or else she's going to be very, very pissed about it. And I mean, look, it seems like to me Vince is still Morgan's number one, so I feel like she's going to hold on to him for a while. Do you have any other thoughts on who his number or her number one could be?
So I've been somewhat keeping up with the live feeds today. Not too much, but I've heard a little bit. Um, I know during the episode, I think she was telling Vince that like she could only protect Vince so much. As like if you put up, I think if you put up Rachel, she can only protect him so much. And I think at the moment, I think I would have believed before this episode and before that live feed that Vince's like most loyalist. Well, not loyalist. The most person. I don't know. I think the best person would probably be Morgan, but I think Lauren is obviously like dead set with Vince Final Two. Keanu is dead set with Vince Final Two. Morgan, I think she's okay switching sides. We saw that in the episode. She's talking to Mickey. If Vince has to go, we have to vote him out, like to keep us safe or whatever, right? So she was okay voting Vince out in order to save herself and
Yeah.
other allies, right? Of
Yeah.
course, she doesn't want to work with Mickey anymore, or at the
No.
moment. So of course that could always change. But I will say this: when I saw that Mickey or Morgan and Will trying to tell Vince to not put up Rachel and to keep the judges intact, I want to say keeping Rachel and Ashley off the block benefits Morgan and Will's game way more than it does Vince's.
Agreed. I
Way more.
absolutely agree with
And
that.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he sees that yet. But I understand that Morgan would want to keep Vince safe, but I don't see like long term Will wanting to like keep Vince safe, Rachel
No.
wanting to keep Vince safe, Ashley wanting to keep Vince safe. I'm pretty sure Ashley would not hesitate to put Vince up, especially from the week one incident.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That whole deal.
again, yeah. So I'm like, when Keanu mentioned Mickey, Rachel, and Ashley, I was like, if he wants to take a shot at someone that he knows would put him up long term, like long at the end game, possibly even short term, we don't know because they could be all playing nice right now, and then
Right.
say if Ashley wins or Rachel wins next week, then what are you gonna say? I wish I took that shot. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, we don't know what the future holds, who's gonna win HOH, but I will say this: I was like, I don't know if it was his best move because we know, at least I know who won veto and if the veto is going to be used or not. So
Yeah.
it's like, and right now I would say he's in a predicament because if you put up pawns like Kelly or Ava, even though he's probably okay with Kelly going home,
Yeah.
uh, then you're just putting up people that you want to take out, but then they survive the week. Like, what's the
Mhm.
point of that? You know what I mean? Like, then,
Yeah.
like, if you put up a pawn, then you risk sending the pawn home and not the actual target, right? So it's
Right.
like I don't like. I mean, like, I like the way Keanu was thinking. He's putting up people that he knows are going to come after him or
Mhm.
Vince, right? He's ensuring that someone that is against him or would put him up is going to go home. Like, you're guaranteeing that for sure. I mean, that's the way I like to play. Is it always the best move? No, but at this late in the game, I don't think it's the worst move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, look, here's the deal, right? There was talk earlier this week about like Catherine being somebody that could potentially be a renom. You also mentioned like Ashley potentially, Rachel potentially. If he puts Catherine on the block, right, it's going to affect his situation with Lauren like greatly, right? I don't think that that is a situation that he wants to really affect after sending Riley home because it's like
Mm-hmm.
he already lost trust a little bit in that Riley vote, I feel with Lauren. And so if you put Catherine up, it really dampens your final
You're
two,
right.
in my opinion, with Lauren. More she will lean heavily on Catherine if Catherine makes it out, if Catherine goes on the block and she saves
Yeah,
herself or whatever, right? She's going to lean into that final two more with Catherine. So I feel like, yeah, the whole judges situation with him being drugged into it, I feel like Rachel. I mean, I've been reading some of the chats. Yeah, it feels
yeah.
like Rachel's probably the one that's going to be going up. But Yeah, I mean, we already
Yeah.
talked about the scenarios if she is in the final situation against Ava or Kelly. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah. If he puts up Cat, I think it's probably the safest if he doesn't want to get the people upset. Like, like he wouldn't get the judges upset if he puts up Catherine.
right.
But and then he's probably going to get Lauren upset for sure. But then after, if Cat does go home, then what do you call it? The only way I see Cat go home, well, we know. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah, okay. I'm trying not to spoil too much, but I mean, who knows? Probably everyone in here probably knows it, anyways.
it's called
Uh,
BB Talk spoilers or
y-
whatever. So
yeah. Spoilers, BB talk, right?
yeah,
I mean, I think Catherine would be the safest move, like if he doesn't want to get people upset. But is that the smart move long term? Because he's not guaranteed. He's basically doing like week 1, week 2, week 3. Like you're playing safe. You're putting up the easy noms. You don't want to like get anyone upset. But like this is you're about to head into jury. Double eviction's about to happen.
Mhm.
Again, if double eviction starts happening, people aren't going to be afraid to take a shot. It's double eviction. You can always say, "Oh, it was so chaotic." I'm like, I just had to just go with my gut, right? And you can make up that
Right,
excuse.
right, exactly.
So and then plus, like I said, I know he's not in the greatest like with Catherine,
Hmm.
but maybe he could maybe convince his way that hey he could try like hey Catherine, we may not be in the same side, but I know for sure that this side is bigger and this side is going to come after us. So it's
Hmm.
best that we work together at least temporarily to ensure our safety and survival. You know what I mean? So I mean
Yeah.
maybe he could pitch it that way and also like get some grace room by if he doesn't put up Catherine, right? But it just depends. I mean, there's so many
You're
scenarios you can go
you
through.
you are going to piss off one of your final twos in terms of Morgan or Lauren with whatever decision that you make. So it's kind of like trying to save face in the best way possible, but him winning HOH, like obviously he had to, right?
Yeah,
Because
he had to.
Catherine was going to put him up 100%. So it's deciding who are you really trying to ride this out with between Lauren and Morgan, and then trying to figure out what other relationships they could possibly have, right? And so that's my take. I feel like Rachel. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like who would absolutely put him up between three different people that we mentioned, and I feel like all three have a very good chance of putting him back on the block. So it's like
Yeah.
pick your
I
poison.
mean, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to like he's playing around with like Ava, he's playing around with Kelly. Yeah, I know Kelly isn't in the best spot. He just blindsided Kelly. But like he could easily have like convinced Kelly to not put him up or like he could easily like could like work with Kelly and Ava more than he could have worked with like I don't know, Rachel and who else? Like Ashley. Because
Yeah,
I don't think Ashley is going to want to work with Vince at the
I don't
moment.
think she is either. I really don't think so either.
I feel I feel like Zach and Adrian should have had been the final two. Not going to lie, I totally agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. If only that vision was more shared, you know. But whatever, it's okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. I like to give you a hard time, but it's funny. No, it's not. I mean, there's nothing we could do, but it is fun to laugh about, though, for sure, because of how the things went down. But we're seeing, yeah, Vince is in the predicament. If he wants to get like Rach, Lauren upset, like his, I guess I could say if it wasn't Rach, if it wasn't Morgan, I would say his next closest, at least most trustworthy person would probably be Lauren. I think
For
out of
sure.
everybody, it'd probably be Lauren because I think Lauren has really shown that Vince is really her final two, even more than Catherine. Uh, so, I mean, I feel like that's his best bet to lean on. But the thing is, you also have to consider like which side's going to win. Like Keanu's shown he's a beast, at least when it comes to saving his life,
Right.
right?
Right.
You know, you have Lauren. She's one comps two.
Hmm.
Kelly has one comps two. If you could repair that relationship with Kelly, even though the house doesn't like him or like her, and then the only thing hard to work with Keanu is he does have a bit of loose lips and it's
Yeah.
like so it's a little hard to like even if you want to trust him you can't give him too much information knowing that he may leak it out to someone and tell him hey don't tell anybody right
Yeah.
so it's a little hard to work with Keanu as much as you want to you see that with Rachel like she wants to work with Keanu but sometimes it's a little bit hard um,
Mhm.
so I mean I think if he wants to play Big Brother and make some darn moves without that's best for his game I mean, maybe this is me because I like to be a little bit like straight, a little bit like draw that line. But like, I mean, he should have put different noms up for sure. But if he wants to take Rachel out, I mean, this would be the time to do it. But again, he just has to ensure that Kelly wins that blockbuster. Because
Yeah.
if Rachel wins it, and then you lose Kelly, which is someone that Kelly, I believe, at the moment, is going to go gun for Rachel.
Mm,
I mean, like, so it's like, why do you put Kelly up, especially knowing that you guys have a final two, even though you may not want to honor it or care too much about it,
for
at
sure.
least she cares about the final two, and you could use that, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
I mean, you saw it in the DR in this episode. She was kind of getting over like, she was so frustrated with everything that was happening with what Vince was telling her and going back and forth. But yeah, I think regardless of who you put up, they are going to be coming at Vince 1,000%. So you are hoping that Kelly somehow, because I feel like that's the best opportunity for you to kind of repair that relationship
Hmm.
compared to the other three that could potentially be going up and you're trying to send home, right? So if he's thinking that way, yeah, he's really banking on
Yeah,
Kelly winning.
It, and I see someone say this that Catherine told Vince today that if he does not put her up, then she is going to realign with him to take out the other side. So like, exactly like that, right? And if Vince could somehow mend the relationship with Kelly, and I mean not after the veto, not after eviction, but like this whole week, try to repair that whole relationship. So moving next week, Kelly is a strong ally that he could have
Mm,
moving to the next week to go after that and take the shot now because now he could backdoor Rachel. Like this is the time because what are you gonna do? Like because the soonest he could do it is not next week, but the next week when jury is gonna start, and then
mm,
you're gonna try to backdoor Rachel, and you're saying you could guarantee or someone that your allies could win HOH, but you're gonna still keep her in the game so you could take a shot at her later. Like you need to take that shot. I mean, it is risky, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? Play it safe and have them take a shot at you before you could take a shot at them? I don't know.
right.
Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I could be
Well,
critical.
I mean, I'm also reading this one other comment. Lauren said, "I voted Zach out and saved you with the veto. You better put Rachel up." So you have Catherine saying that she's going to realign with you, okay? And then now Lauren is putting her foot down, being like, "I saved you in this game, so you better honor your word and put Rachel up. You better honor my doing, right?" And so,
Mhm. That is true. Yeah, because we can't watch the live feed, so I appreciate you, chat, for keeping us a little bit up to date on things that we haven't seen. So yeah, but we also know that Morgan could be very influential. If I said that right, right? Because I think she stayed up last night with Vince talking game, trying to convince him not to put up Rachel. So I mean, he has a lot of people up in his ear to like now I know he has Keanu in his ear telling him to put Rachel. Kat saying I would work with you if you put up like don't put me up.
yeah,
Kat Lauren is saying the same thing. Like and knowing being in the house, we know that it is clockwork. Everyone is going to the HOH like clockwork. After you're
yeah,
done, oh, it's my turn to go in. And then
yeah,
once the full cycle, everyone says their piece, they start all over again. They go back to the HOH. They try to spill their guts out to the HOH. They tell them what they like, what to do. Then they leave, and it's like clockwork, and it's how much influence you can have over like Vince and who could like I don't know if Vince
yeah.
thinks about his game long term, and he really needs to think in this moment because now he doesn't have a lot of options. I know it's risky, but I think he should take that shot.
Well, and let's be honest, people are already talking about it, and I saw this last night. Morgan has been in his ear trying to be like, trying to take out Lauren, trying to talk crap about Lauren, right? And so if he's trying, like, if he this is the opportunity, if he does kind of want to like create that group, he can do it now with like Lauren and Catherine if that's the way that he wants to go. I agree with you. I think this Judges Alliance is something that's a bit shaky right now, and he obviously got drug into it. But I mean, he's gonna piss off one or the other in terms of Lauren or Morgan. So
Okay, also hear me out. This is also the reason why I would love to work with competitors, right? Is if you think about this, right, too, if he sides with like the judges versus like Keanu and Kelly and Lauren and Catherine, right? Who's winning more? Morgan, has she won anything? No offense. I only won one thing. I came close, which I guess was a big enough threat. But like right? But Kelly's won a lot.
You're
Keanu's
right.
won a lot. Lauren's won a fair amount. I don't know. I'm saying a fair amount, but like it's like usually one or two. It doesn't matter. But like you could tell they're being competitors.
Right.
Catherine at least has won stuff, right?
Right.
And if you look at Ava and Will, like they haven't won much. Ava did win, but that's because her threat management was low or was very well, and she was not of a threat, so she made it to the end.
Yeah.
And they're basically trying to throw it to each other, right? So it's like if you side with like Ava and the Will, right, and Ashley's only won one veto, right?
Yeah.
So and then Rachel, yes, she won HOH, but like you're siding not only siding with like Lauren who has this trust in you, and then you have Keanu the comp piece, and if he could like mend that relationship with Kelly, he's going to be siding with the people that want to work with him, that want
Right.
to keep him in the game, but
Yep.
also has a better track record of winning.
I mean, didn't I saw this right before the episode, and Chad can correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he find out that Rachel went to Keanu about something he said? I could be 100% wrong about that, but I
Wait. Repeat what you
saw.
said.
So, right before the episode, I saw on Twitter, it was one of those things where he told Rachel something specifically, and then she went directly to Keanu about it.
Who Vince told Rachel, and then Rachel went to Keanu.
Yeah.
It
I think that's what happened.
okay,
It was
Chad. You seem to know what it is.
yes.
Is it that Keanu is gunning for Rachel? Is that what he said, and Rachel's confronting him because he hasn't told Rachel that yet. I need a little bit more than a yes. A
Even more
little bit.
than yes.
Yes, he did. About Keanu wanting him out. You mean her
About
out?
Keanu wanting Vince out?
Can we put it in words, please? I want to know. Okay. About being iced out. Oh,
About
like not letting him know.
Keanu, Kelly, and Vince talked about it. I'm still trying to figure out.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay.
Rachel ran straight to Keanu, and now he wants her up because Rachel is spilling all his business.
Rachel
Okay.
ran straight to Keanu, and now he wants her out.
Trying to get Rachel on the block. Okay. So this is actually the perfect opportunity to put Rachel up and align yourself because you know that Keanu wants you as a final two, right? I mean, from my understanding, it's like that's what I'm understanding here is that Keanu wanting Rachel out.
Is it Felicity? I want Zach to say hi, please.
Hey, Felicity Wedman, Illy. Uh, Vince and Rachel had a conversation and ran it straight to. So Rachel had ran the conversation with Vince straight to Keanu. Okay,
Okay.
got you. Okay, so this is the perfect opportunity. You just talked about people that are like better in comps. They've proven it, right? And so
Yeah.
you're able to create that group with Keanu, Catherine, Lauren, Kelly if she takes herself off, right? So you have
Mhm.
that opportunity now to solidify yourself, and you have the reason of Rachel going directly to Keanu about your business with her, right? And
Yeah.
so you're able to solidify that now and then kind of run with that for the rest of the game. In my opinion, that's
Okay.
what I see.
Here's the thing. Like this house has never been good with big alliances. But it would be interesting to see if Vince actually. I like this is just an idea. Like this, I don't know if he should do this or not. It just popped up in my head. What if he actually bands together? Even though I don't know if they would trust. I don't think they would trust each other. But like if he bands up like Lauren, Catherine, Kelly, Keanu, and like just say, hey, we got to work together despite our differences, even though they don't trust each other. But like it would be interesting to see like these band of, I guess I wouldn't say misfits, but like these people that don't really work together, but they're somewhat have to work together. I don't know what you would call it, but it would be interesting to see
It'd be fun to
Vince
watch.
himself not get thrown in the alliance, but him build the alliance. He does have a bit of that influence. He could do it, but honestly, I don't think it would work out because it really doesn't. This season is not meant for big alliances. I'm sorry. No one wants to be loyal to no one wants to say be loyal to yeah. I think they like particular people, but they don't want to. Yeah. I can't say anything about this. But I will say this with all this unloyalty and like it really is essential to be able to save yourself when you need to. So I'm like, I really do love that the fact that Keanu could save himself. Is because it's like I just wish his reads wasn't so strict.
Yeah.
Like he opens up to like other people's input a little bit more. I would say that
I
would
mean,
help him out
like,
a little bit.
Let me ask you this because I'm not 100% sure. Is Keanu close with Catherine? Like, because of like the whole Riley deal, he's obviously really close with Riley. Is he close with Catherine? And the reason why I say that is, let's say he does go with this band, this group that we just mentioned, right? So
Hmm.
Kelly has wanted to work with him since day one, right? You've got Lauren; they have a final two together. Lauren has a final two with Catherine as well. So maybe Lauren's able to pull in Catherine and like convince her, being like, this is the correct move, we need to band together. Keanu obviously has a final two with Vince, and he just told her about the Rachel thing. So it's like, it feels like in terms of this for Vince, it may be the best opportunity to solidify something, since nobody in the house wants to solidify anything whatsoever.
I don't know if he should go up there and try to create a big alliance because I think it's going to crash and burn, right? So don't give it a name. But
Okay.
I think the first
Okay.
thing, if he was going to do that, the first thing he needs to do is actually build a non-game relationship because at least with this season, what's kind of formed these alliances has been personal relationships, I
Mhm.
believe, right? Like
Okay.
it helps solidify it. Like the closer you are with the person, the more you want to work with them.
Yeah.
Um, Right, because Catherine and Vince could work together, but if they just don't get along, I guess on a personal level, it's hard to work with the person because you don't know the person. If you don't know the person, it's hard to
Absolutely.
trust the person, right? And it's kind of the reason why me and Rachel didn't really work out too well, is because we couldn't connect. Like,
Yeah.
I like she wanted me to open up more, but
Mhm.
I felt like she was
And
trying to get me to cry. But like, there's a whole other story.
yeah.
Yeah. But go ahead.
I will. No, no, no. I will say this. You are right in that aspect, because if I'm trying to put myself in Catherine's shoes, right? He
Hmm.
just was the deciding vote to send Riley home, your showman's
Or
home,
Ava,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But like, I'm just saying, like, okay, trying to work with Vince in this moment, like what we just mentioned, right? That's so. I would be holding a grudge about that the entire time, even if you are trying to work in a group. So I understand what you're saying there. I just like this whole scenario is very intriguing to me, and I love talking
it would be
about this
cool to
stuff
see.
because it's exciting. It would be
It would
so
be cool
sick.
to see. It would
It
be
would
cool to
be.
see.
Yeah.
It absolutely would be. I mean, it would love to see like somewhat of alliance work. Like, obviously, the judges aren't going to work. I mean, they could maybe without hints, but like, I don't think there's going to be that much trust because who is Morgan going to rely on in the judges? Like maybe Will, but Will can't protect her.
Hmm.
Like when it comes to competitions, Ashley
I
is she going to want to win competitions right now?
I
I mean,
know
everyone's
when
willing to
I
save
know
her.
when I was about to leave, she was trying to work really well with me and Ashley at the same time. But if we're talking about comps, yeah, I feel like the other side of the house is stronger in those competitions to save Vince specifically.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about Morgan, yeah, it's getting icky, especially with Mickey, that whole deal too. It feels like Vince is her main priority, and there's
Yeah.
not. It's tough because she doesn't really have somebody that close to her at this point in the house outside of Vince.
See, if I had, yeah, I mean, it's hard because yeah, it's like. Yeah, like you said, but I saw someone say Kat dislikes the other side of the house more than she dislikes Vince. So that could
True.
also be another reason,
She
right? So it's
she
like,
also told me that as well. Now, was it
yeah.
true? I don't know. But she was telling me, she's like, Zach, I don't trust you at all. However, there are other people that I'm trying to target. I'm like, okay, well.
I mean, I felt the same way with. I wouldn't say I didn't like Morgan, but I knew that she was threatened by me. But like, if I had stayed in the house, like
Mhm.
obviously, I felt like if I did stay in the house, you and Vince would want to work with me more. And then if I wasn't put on the block, I would probably stay up with you guys and try to figure out how to work with Morgan, knowing that you guys were so close.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But I also understand, like when Ava pointed out that like you and Vince kind of wanted me to stay, but then when she pointed out that like you didn't really want to work with Keanu nor Kelly, but yet you're voting that way, but just to try to like I guess save me. But I mean like even though we don't like we didn't like you didn't want like you wanted to work with Morgan. I wasn't too fond of it. I was okay kind of working with Kelly. Not I didn't trust her with like information, but I mean I trust her loyalty.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's like it's hard because like I said, if you don't know the person personally, it's hard for you wanting to work with them. So I think
Yeah.
Vince he could definitely flip the script. He just needs to work on building that relationship with Catherine because he has the one with Lauren, but he still needs to repair it because he kind of blindsided her. And then same thing with Keanu, but I think Keanu's going to forgive and forget there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Ava, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I did want to say something. So I see this all the time on social media. It's called draft picks. And I think I don't know about you, but maybe next episode, or
Oh, we draft like are you talking
we
about like
draft
actually
the
drafting
current
teams?
people in the house. Like well, this is our draft picks, like our own. Like we pick who's gonna win the game. I think
Yeah,
that'd be totally cool. What do you
we
think?
just pick it up mid-season.
Yeah, just pick it up mid-season.
I'm for it.
I was gonna see if I could print out like our pictures. I'll probably just
Yeah,
print on mine just for
yeah,
fun. But
that'd be sick,
like,
dude.
and then I'll be like, okay, this is Zach's, or this is Adrian's, and then this is Zach's, right? And then like this is
Yeah,
our draft pick, and then you take a turn, I take a turn.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I kind of have like my first two picks, but I was like, but I
I
mean,
have my first two picks as well, and I'm not going to reveal that now
yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah,
need
yeah.
them for the draft.
I think I'm like, but we could do that. What's the next one? Wednesday. We could do that Wednesday, or we could do it Thursday after eviction. But because
No,
then
we
we're
can't
gonna
do
have
it
to.
after Thursday's eviction because we're both going live with Jimmy on TikTok. We're going
You're
live with
right.
Jimmy on TikTok.
You're right.
So
You're
we
right.
would have to do it Wednesday, and then basically, I
Whoever gets
guess
the
for
one.
if we, how many people are left in the house? I'm trying to think because we would
Uh,
draft somebody that could potentially be going home, right?
yeah. Yeah. So what is it? 11 because six people are out, right?
Six
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
Six
it's 11,
people.
right? So after.
We could say like for
See,
one
that's
of
what I
the
say. After.
picks.
Okay, we could do. Okay, fine. Someone could have. Okay, because let's say if we do it after Thursday, right? Then we know it's even, Steven. We both have five, you have five. And then, like, we both know that it's a fresh new start. We don't know who wins HOH.
Okay.
So we could do that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we could bring it into the live, or maybe we could just do it after, or we'll pick, like, over text or something, or whatever, and then we'll
No,
post it. Or,
we need to do it live.
okay,
That would
you're
be
right.
so entertaining. So we could do the type of thing where we draft Wednesday and then like, one of the people on the block, like two potential people on the block could be like one pick. Like let's say for example, like I selected Kelly and she ended up going home. Well, it's like, okay, I get the other person, right? That
Yeah,
stayed. Right? We could do something like that. But
yeah.
I love that idea. And then we just have to figure out the point scoring system and all that types of stuff. So,
Okay, I don't know how the point scoring. I was gonna say whoever is the last one that wins. You know what I mean? Like you pick the winning player, kind of.
oh, I picked the winning player. What does that mean?
No, no, no. Like, so say if I pick like Kelly and Keanu, right? And then you pick, say if you pick Vince and Lauren, right? Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there, not that you would or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
like say and then like say Kelly wins and I win, right? Or if Lauren wins and you win, right? It's
Oh,
kind of
you're
like that.
just
I don't
saying.
know.
You're
I
just
never played fantasy draft, but if you could inform me how that works, because I just thought whoever wins, like whoever's like the last one standing in the game,
yeah,
and that was your pick,
yeah.
you win.
Okay, here's the deal, everybody. Send me through DMs like your scoring systems for your Big Brother draft because I've seen multiple scoring systems, and if we hate them, then we'll just go with the winning pick, and we will go from there. So, like, if you guys have any ideas on this, then send it to us over DMs. But if not, we can just pick who we want to win.
Oh,
So,
what every week a house guest gets a point, and like I guess like the longer they stay in there, they have higher points. So like say yeah,
yeah.
your person got out one week and they only get 1 point, right? But then like maybe the second
Something like
one,
that.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
and I know I've seen stuff where it's like HOH wins points. If you win the power of veto, you get
Mm.
points. All that types of stuff. We don't have to go that in depth, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
yeah,
I'm gonna probably gonna get a board or like some like cardboard, like a clean cardboard, and like get pictures. It probably won't be color pictures, but who knows? And I'll just like pin it on the board and have
for
like
it.
your name and my name, and then
I'm
like
for it.
because I want to see a visual because we can pick it now, but then like that's no fun. I want
That's
to
no
see a
fun.
board, right? I
We're
want to
gonna
see the
have the
board.
whole thing. We're gonna have the whole shebang. I'm for it. But
Yeah, yeah,
look,
yeah.
I'm down for Wednesday if you want to run it, and then we'll kind of go from there.
We could do Wednesday, and then
Okay.
what do we do with the extra pick?
What do you what do you guys think we should do with the extra pick? I'm not 100% sure.
Everyone said Sunday, or that doesn't make any
Oh,
sense. Or
Sunday. We
but
could
then
do
we know.
Sunday.
I don't know. We have to. I think the best time would be Thursday because it would be even Steven, but it'll be hard to do. Well, we can do it Wednesday, and I guess unless we just count whoever gets evicted just doesn't count.
Fair.
But then what if the person that has five and the other person has six? Then now you have four and the other person has six.
The only problem, I mean, we could do it after we go live with Jimmy on TikTok. I think it's me, you, Jimmy, Zay and
Okay, yeah, I'll bring the board and we just do it in front of them. But they're probably gonna feel like a little left out.
I'm just saying after that live we can hop to Instagram real quick
Okay, okay, you're
and
right, you're
then
right.
and
Let's
then we
not do
just do
that.
the draft
Let's
then.
not do that in front of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So cool. Awesome.
cool.
I'm for it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I mean, I wanted the draft pick. I saw people do it. I was like, hey, I want to do that, and it'd be cool
Yeah,
because we know him, and
absolutely.
you know, we're part of that cast. But I mean, we're out. But whatever, it's fine.
Absolutely. That's fine. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
it's
That's
fine.
pretty cool. But
Yeah,
anyways, that's all I got. I told people on TikTok I would go live over there, so I think I'm gonna jump over there. If you want to join, I don't know what else we could
I mean,
possibly
we could
talk
do
about.
that. I mean, hey, we could keep talking a little bit more. It's gonna be your live, so it's whatever you want to talk about. But hey, I'm down if you're down.
Well, we may go answer questions over on TikTok for about 30 minutes. I'm not 100% sure, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I got over here though.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. Well, that's it for the live. I mean, we were on for I don't know how long. I never know how long we're on, but we will. I mean, we would continue on TikTok if y'all want to see.
yeah,
Right? You're going to TikTok, right?
yeah, I'm gonna go on my TikTok. I've never been
Yeah. Yeah.
live on
Hey,
TikTok, so I'll
TikTok.
try and
Exact
figure out
TikTok.
how to invite you and all that types of stuff. So we'll be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. All right. I'll
All
see you
right,
there.
see you guys later.
Peace.